David Benavidez asks if the fans want to see him fight Jermall Charlo. We're going to talk about Benavidez, Charlo, that whole topic in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. Listen, I dropped the illest content in YouTube boxing. Make sure if you love the sport of boxing, you got to really love it, because this is a niche sport. If you really love the sport of boxing, click the subscribe button. I talk about all things boxing, some UFC, but mostly boxing, the sweet science. This is your one-stop shop. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Let's get into the conversation. David Benavidez, what a monster. He is getting ready to fight Jose Uzcategui. I got to check on the date. Should be a good fight. He should be starting camp or in camp. And Jermall Charlo just fought Montiel, fighter of Mexican heritage, and it was a tough fight, you know, just because Charlo, I thought he got a little bit overzealous and pushed for the knockout so hard that he got tired, and that's when he, like, you know, being in there with the power puncher and a guy, he thought he was gonna go away, and then when the guy didn't go away, you know, he got a little bit tired. David Benavidez, I made a video about this. This is why you guys gotta follow the channel. I dropped the latest and greatest so you guys can get this stuff when it's fresh, when it's hot off the presses. David Benavidez was obviously an interested spectator based on the back and forth that he's had with Jermall Charlo. And he says, "I'll stop, dude, I promise." And then after watching the Montiel fight, he says, "That's why he ain't want to fight me for this fight." Crying emoji. He's tripping. And then he tagged him, "Jermall Charlo, you know where I'm at. Let's make this ish happen next." So, you know, that's one thing, because I know a lot of fighters personally. And the one thing about fighters is a lot of the good ones, they are studying the game. Like, a lot of fighters say they don't watch other people's tape and stuff like that. I think Floyd Mayweather kind of popularized that, but even Floyd watched tape, you know. But these fighters are always assessing the competition, and when they see people in or around their division especially, they want to see how you look, and that's the performance. So after David Benavidez posted this, he put this text caption. It says, "Y'all get mad when the top guys don't fight each other, but when guys like me call champions out, y'all still get mad and call me a hater. Laughing my..." Oh. Who understands y'all really? So he's saying, like, yo, what gives? You know, when the best don't fight the best, you guys get mad, but now you guys are saying that I'm a hater. His caption says, "Some people are never satisfied, LOL. People can say whatever they want about me, but at the end of the day, I'm still two-time XWB champion, world champion, and I'm 24-0 with 21 knockouts. And I always put on a great show with whoever I go up against. You know it's going to be an action-packed fight. So do y'all want to see the best fight the best, or y'all want to keep complaining?" Crying emoji. So off that, I already like David Benavidez's attitude. He got a real mean streak, and he lets it be known. But he also posted this, since we're talking about the Jermall Charlo situation. So he posted this, and it says, "Do y'all want to see this?" And somebody made like a graphic, right? They made a graphic, and it's a picture of Charlo and Benavidez. Damn, I can't take it there. So, oh, I see. It runs out of time. Yeah, so it's a graphic of Charlo and Benavidez, and it says, "Do you want to see this?" I seen Charlo's dad, or excuse me, Benavidez's dad posted it, and then David said, "Y'all want to see it? Like, what's good? Y'all trying to watch this?" So we'll see. You know, we'll see what's next. It's obviously a good fight. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because I don't think it's gonna happen. Jermall Charlo said post-fight, he says, before the fight and after the fight, he says, "I'm a 160-pound dude." He says, "I make 160 easy." He said that before the fight. And even after this fight, you see the Montiel fight. After this fight, Jermall Charlo said that, you know, "I'm at 160. I'm looking to unify. If Canelo want to come down to 160, Triple G's at 160, let's get it." And then I think he said if Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade fights Montiel or something, then he can holler at him, but basically do something, and then we can fight. So it don't sound like Charlo is moving up. And here's the thing. I know people feel different types of ways. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. My thing is this. He's a champion, WBC champion. He had an H-Town, hometown defense, tough fight because of the durability of Montiel. You can't, I understand the trash talk, you know, for that reason and the fact that it's a good fight, but you can't expect a guy to move up necessarily. I mean, you can say, oh, he was talking trash, so move up if you're going to talk trash. I get that aspect. But on the other side, he is a champion at 160. You see what I'm saying? That would be like saying David Benavidez, you're at 168, and he's not even a champion right now, and he has the frame. No one's going to tell him to move up and say, hey, you got to fight Artur Beterbiev or Zordo Ramirez at 175 if he felt he had work to do at 168 still. You see what I'm saying? So you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. I do think it's a great fight if and when it happens. Charlo says he would fight him, as you know, at some point, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna happen. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes boxing, you know, comes up with this, but David Benavidez, he's a monster. He's a tough out. I think sometimes he gets hit, but his array of punches and what he does well, you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? You gotta walk through hell potentially to even get to that level. I think David Benavidez has really fast hands. Punch variety is stupid. He looks pretty tough. Looks like he's learned. But I still think it's a good fight. You know, if they do end up fighting, sign me up. I'll definitely order the fight or pay for it or whatever I have to do. I think it's a good fight. But some people are saying based on the Montiel performance, it's a one-sided fight. Even Benavidez's team says it's a great fight, and they think Charlo is a good fighter, which is why they want to test themselves and make that fight. So Benavidez, of course, is confident in his ability and his skill, so he thinks he can win. He don't think nobody can see him. You have to keep in mind, some people are saying, oh, Montiel was too tough of a fight, but David Benavidez had a fight with Ron Gavril, TMT Mayweather Promotions guy, and he got dropped by him, you know? And then he came back and beat the shit out of him in the rematch. But I'm just talking about the first fight. I think he might have broke his nose or something. But the first Ron Gavril fight was tough. Like people, I feel like a lot of people do too much in the sport of boxing, and they're so short-sighted. I don't know if that's the second fight. They're so short-sighted that either they don't know enough about boxing or they just, I don't know. I just don't like, just a lot of people don't know ish about boxing. Like the thing is, they look at singular performances only and then try to judge a person's whole career. But if that was the case, first of all, I'm on record, I don't think Charlo looked bad. I think the only criticism that I had is he went for the gusto and he couldn't stop the guy. And some people thought he could stop him or thought he was going to stop him. And then I think he got tired. That's it. But his actual boxing ability throughout the fight, he was actually looking good. It's just he had a couple murky points when he started getting tired and the guy was like the Terminator, Montiel, and wouldn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? But if you look at before that and even after that, when he kind of got tired and was forced to box a bit more and get back to his basics, it was a good performance. Oh, that's Danny. Who is that? Oh, that's Brandon Rios. I was about to say, I was trying to see who that was. So anyway, the whole point I'm making is Benavidez is a monster. Charlo is a monster. It's an amazing fight. But people, they're too short-sighted in the sport of boxing. Like they're saying, oh, Charlo, bro, he got the W and he looked good through more rounds than he didn't look good. You know what I mean? If that's what you're going with the whole situation. I know he got knocked down. I was trying to find it for you guys. I know because I watched the fight. It was the first fight was razor thin, but that's what I'm saying. Guys go through tough fights. It's boxing. Ron Gavril was a tough fight. Go watch it. It was a tough fight. And then David Benavidez, I don't know what happened. Maybe he underestimated him or didn't know enough about him. And then he came back correct in the rematch. and destroyed him like people thought he was going to do in the first time. So, you know, people have tough fights. They did the same thing with Teofimo Lopez. I remember watching, because that's the card where rest in peace Maxim Dadashev passed away after that card, right? So Teofimo was the main event. He fought Nakatani, a top ranked card, right? And Teofimo, he was in there with this tall Japanese dude, almost 6 feet tall, and it didn't look like the best Teofimo. He looked kind of flat. And then he later said he had family trouble and he was beefing with his family and all kinds of stuff was going on. Those shoes are dope. That must be Adam Boxing. He was going through some stuff, but nonetheless, after the Nakatani performance from Teofimo, people wrote him off and said, oh, Teofimo, I knew he was hype, blah, blah, blah. And they totally just like took a dump on him. And his next fight, he looked great versus Richard Comey. Styles make fights, you know what I mean? Different training camps, different variables, different traits, all that type of stuff. So you got to look at boxing objectively. You know, Teofimo, he made Richard Comey do the stanky leg immediately upon the tough fight with Nakatani. In that fight, he didn't look that great. Then right after, he unifies with Lomachenko and beats the guy that was supposed to be the man at 135, according to old media and everything. So you guys got to give people a chance. Like I said, Benavidez, he had a tough fight with Ron Gavril. Even the Durrell fight, I was at that fight. The Anthony Durrell fight, I had Benavidez losing, to be honest. And then he turned it up, and then the cut opened up, and then he started going crazy. But I thought he was getting outboxed. So I just see so many people, they're not objective. They just, you know, they're just so anxious to pick a side. Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez, all I know, ego, is it's a great fight. I value both fighters. Benavidez is a monster. I'm going to keep supporting as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. Charlo's a monster. If they do fight, you know, and make it, I don't see the fight happening. That's why I don't want to spend too many videos talking about it. If they do, you know, sign me up. I'll buy it. But Charlo's talking about staying at 160. Benavidez, I don't think he can make 160 based on his frame. He's had a couple issues. That's how Canelo got the WBC belt versus Caleb Smith, because he missed weight. So, and he looked in great shape for the Ronald Ellis fight. So I don't think he can go lower than that. Charlo would have to go up to 68. So, you know, if that happens, then we'll see. But I don't see that happening, especially when he just said he's going to stay at 160. So you guys can get your hopes up. Again, if the fans make it, let's go. But again, people are going to be unrealistic and say, oh, Charlo, just move up. Who cares? But no one's going to do that to David Benavidez and say move up to 75 and fight Beterbiev or Zordo Ramirez, who he's sparring with and has sparred with. And it's just, you don't have to do that. You don't have to move out of a division because somebody else said it. Like, if they keep beefing, then I think the pressure will grow for Charlo to move up, because you can't. It's just like Mikey Garcia. At first, people told Mikey Garcia, don't leave Errol Spence alone. And then he just kept talking and kept talking. And then people are like, all right, just fight him. So maybe the fight can be built if that keeps happening. Because if Charlo and Benavidez keep going back and forth, then they're going to have to settle it. They're going to have to settle it. But that needs to be decided. I guess, you know, we'll just see what happens next. Like I said, I'm not going to try to predict the future. Let me know what you guys think. But Benavidez, he looks like he bout it, and he don't fear nobody coming up to his division or anything. So he's like, I love the confidence, and I love the mean streak from Benavidez. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome browser extension to help you level up your YouTube content. If you upload, why not make money? The best way to do that, get your video in front of eyes. Optimize your videos by using the link in the description and getting TUBEBUDDY. Let me know what you guys think. Who wins, David Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo? Killer fight, different styles. This is Zordo Ramirez and Benavidez. Zordo look big as hell. It's crazy. Yeah, he looked big at 75. But I heard about their sparrings. I heard some interesting things, but we'll save that for another video. But I heard some interesting things about their sparring sessions in the past. I don't know about this one, but I heard about their past ones. Let's just say Benavidez is a beast. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe to the channel. I dropped the illest content. We working.